How are you guys? This is Blodge back with another video teaching you how to build better in Minecraft. So first of all, you want to start off with 3 different colours which complement each other on the colour gradient scale. Then you want to choose different textures of that block. You also want to add a gradient to your build, which either moves from light to dark or dark to light, depending on how you want the viewer to observe your build. In this clip, you can see me setting out the outline for my castle. This is what I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build in this video. For this, I've made a colour gradient with all the colours moving inwards on the colour graph to draw the viewer's attention inwards on the build. I'm going to start by building slightly upwards, then I'm going to make a flat plateau on the top on which the castle will sit, and make it from dark to light on this colour gradient to make it look like when I add the moat that the ground has been saturated with water from that moat. Just add some more realism to the castle itself. I'm going to take this moment to ask you guys to like and subscribe if you like these videos. I'm quite a small content creator at the moment. If you like this, make sure to subscribe so that you'll be sure to catch all my future videos. Right, so now we're going to move on to actually setting out the build of this castle. So, before you actually start building the castle, you might want to start by laying out some designs just so you can get a feel of where you want to place all your different structures in the castle. So as you can see here, I'm building an inner square structure for the castle, 1 tall tower, a gatehouse, and then 2 smaller side towers on it. This is only going to be a small castle just to demonstrate to you guys how to build better and improve your technique. But you could do this on a bigger scale as well, such as mapping out like houses on a mountain, or like rooms in a big house that you're doing, or underground, as I've done in one of my previous things, in mine shafts. You can use these wool like designs to help you set out where you want to build your future things. Right now I'm going to just cut ahead to the part where I finish these nets, as it will just save a lot of time. And there we have it. I finished setting up the nets for the main design of the castle. Once you've done this step, then you can start planning out what you want the colour schemes for the actual walls and what you want the actual height of the pillars to be. These nets are just a rough guide. As you'll see in a minute, I'm going to actually make my towers a little bit taller and my walls a little bit taller to fit with my colour gradient, but it doesn't really matter. Right now, this is me starting out to build one of the side walls of my gatehouse of my castle. As you can see, I'm doing a gradient from birch planks to then sandstone to the other 2 sandstone blocks in like colour order. So it draws your eye up the build and makes it look like there's shadows in certain places as well. Just a nice little effect. I'm going to make the walls of the castle where the like up and down bits are stick out a bit, just to add like a little like cool effect to make it look more like a old like medieval castle. And as you can see, I'm breaking the nets as I go, and it's not a definite guide of where you want to build your stuff the nets are. It just helps you figure out placement and like balancing the like size of objects, because you don't want your build to look lopsided. So as you can see in this one, I have 1 tall tower on one side and 2 smaller towers on the other side. So the 2 smaller towers balance out the 1 tall tower. Now I'm starting out my second of my small towers. This one I'm making it, the gradient, start a little bit higher up. So I'm adding more of each block. So I'm making more birch planks at the bottom, then more sandstone, then more cut sandstone, and then more smooth sandstone. If you like the effect that I've done on the roof with the walls, it's something that I haven't really seen done anywhere else, but I quite like it. It looks quite good. Also, when you're building, don't be afraid to make your build very detailed in like where it juts out and goes in, because you don't really want to have a big flat empty walls. You want to make sure there's enough corners so that your build doesn't appear really boring. Now to move on to the roofs, because I've finished most of the walls and the 2 towers and the gatehouse. For my roofs, I'm using some mossy stone slabs and some copper slabs. They just fit really well together and make it look like a grimy look to it. I got the idea for this colour scheme from Snarple. You should check out some of his builds. They're really, really amazing. I just think these go together really nicely, and they just make such a nice colour when they mix together. Make it look really old, and it fits really well with the brown and yellows I've been using previously in this build. Right, this is the build so far. I hope you like how it's coming out, and I hope you guys have taken tips from this video so that you can help improve your builds in Minecraft. This formula isn't just to build this specific castle, but just help improve your builds in general across Minecraft. Right now, I'm moving on to the penultimate section of this build. It's the big tower in the back. Just add some counterbalance to 2 little towers and the gatehouse, so the build doesn't look lopsided. But I just thought it'd be a really nice touch to add like a tall tower into it. Basically, I'm adding 2 different gradients. A light to dark gradient on the bottom and on the second section of this castle. And as you can see here, I'm making the gradients quite large with only 4 variations of blocks because I want it to be quite a tall tower. On this section, I've used some walls to sort of just break up the transition between the bottom section and the top section. Because this is quite a small build, if I have a whole block gap, it makes it look a bit juxtaposed. Is that the right word? I don't really know. But basically, it just helps it flow more smoothly into the next section. So it's a half block gap rather than the full block gap. Now I'm moving on to the roof of this. And I'm going to do the same system I've done for all the other roofs of just moving 1 block out, placing blocks then, and placing walls. It just looks quite nice, to be honest, and the consistency works really well. Right, now I'm going to move on to the roof of the tall tower. I thought for this one, I want the roof to be visible from the ground, so I'm going to make it sort of like a dome thing. For this inspiration, I took inspiration from some of the roofs in Innsbruck, Austria. They just look really nice, the roofs, to be honest. I might add a photo of them just to show you guys what they look like. But if I don't, then I don't. But anyway, I'm trying to use stairs in this to try and make the transition a bit smoother rather than just the blocks. It would be great if Mojang added vertical slabs, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. So we're stuck with stairs or slabs for our things. Or trapdoors or walls, but not really in copper walls, are there? Oh, that's the dome finish. This castle, I think, turned out really well from the front, but I'm not quite done yet. I'm going to add some little details around on the base. As you're going to see now, I'm adding some of the new firefly bushes. I haven't actually used these in the build before. I just think they look really, really nice. Add some dead bushes and some leaves just to, like, mix it up. I'm placing them about 3 to 4 of these on every side, and make sure to space them evenly so they don't look too clumped together or lopsided. Yeah, it's really good that you don't get lopsidedness in your builds, because that is a very big problem with lots of builds. Right, I'm going to want to place the leaves. I'm going to want to place them in areas where leaves would naturally gather up, like in the corners of the builds, such as like as you can see in a minute, I'm going to put some in the gaps and in the places where leaves naturally gather, just to make it look more realistic. Obviously, it is a Minecraft build, you can't make it look completely lifelike, but just these little details bring so much to the build. This is a quick time lapse of me placing all the leaves and an annoying slime getting in my way. But if you guys enjoyed these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be uploading more of these Minecraft building tutorials in the future. So if you like these, just make sure you like the video and subscribe. Bye.